The first step in performing a Turkish Get Up is simply to roll the kettlebell into position and then press over the shoulder as if you are getting ready for a floor press. From there, I'm going to drive the opposite arm side. So it's going to be whatever arm is opposite the kettlebell out to the side. So the goal is to create pressure into the ground with that arm and then begin to crawl that hand in underneath of the shoulder. So what I ultimately want to be able to do is press that shoulder up toward the ceiling without curling the spine. So I want to maintain a neutral spine position as I push the shoulder up toward the ceiling with a tall posture. So I need to do that by pressing this hand down into the ground. And you'll notice as I crawl that hand in, I am also bringing this knee up and the heel in so that I can create a tall bridge. So let's watch that happen. So again, I want you to focus on this elbow and this hand right here. And there we go. What I've done is now simultaneously bent the knee, and now I can, of course, push that foot. I can push that foot into the floor in order to bring the hip up toward the ceiling, which is going to be important later in the exercise. So again, I've crawled that hand in, and you'll notice that I now, as I press that hip up, also have a stacked shoulder, knee, and hip. So again, let's go back and look at that. So what I have is a stacked position with that wrist and both shoulders, and the kettlebell sitting over my base of support. In this position, my base of support is the heel and the hand, because this heel needs to be able to pass under the leg in order to get below my left hip. So that's my goal, is to get that heel underneath the leg so that it can get below the left hip. So you can see that the bell is lined right up in the center of that base of support. So let's watch that heel pass under the hip. Boom. And now the knee is my new base of support along with the heel. Again, the kettlebell just sitting right under that base of support. What I can do from this position, which is very strong with that knee directly under the hip, is I can drive that shoulder toward the ceiling. So I'm going to try to drive my right shoulder up toward the ceiling with as little front to back motion of the kettlebell as possible, because as that kettlebell moves front to back, I begin to lose my balance and lose all the strength that's in that centered shoulder joint. So instead, I am going to use my abs to sit up nice and tall right here. And as I do that, I'll just pivot the back leg so that it's in line with my hips to make the final standing position easier. So again, you can see as little front to back motion as possible until we finish that standing position in which the kettlebell is now over the base of support of the foot. To reverse it, we simply sit back into that tall kneeling position, slowly lower the torso so that the hand is the new base of support, and then drive that leg underneath of the hip. So again, Let's look at that one more time in full speed. And on the right hand side, we are showing what we do with that opposite hand, which is simply crawl it in so that it's under the elbow and under the shoulder. Roll the bell into position. Opposite hand goes out, same side heel comes in, so that I can create a strong stacked bridge. I drive the hip to the ceiling as I crawl that hand in. Now I have the kettlebell stacked over the elbow and both shoulders. Drive the heel into the floor, pass the knee under the hip, create my new base of support with the same side knee and opposite side, or same side foot and opposite side knee. Drive the shoulder toward the ceiling and stand.